Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. It's a little bit strange, but welcome to Mr Bletcher Homeschool. We have all of your learning activities sorted for today, and we hope you enjoy what we got for you. Today, for you, we'll have maths work, early bird maths work, a bit of literacy work, some reading, a bit of PSHE, and our class prayer as well. So plenty to keep us busy during your time indoors today. If you have anything you'd like to share during the week, take a look at the links below. There's ways you can get in touch, and we'd love to share your work. We've also got this week's recipe, which we'll be showing you today. We'd like you to have a go at some home baking and see how you get on with that as well. So there is lots to look forward to. Let's get started. All there is left to do now is ask you, are you ready? Children, are you ready? Now, don't think you can't respond just because you're at the other side of the computer, laptop or iPad. Children, are you ready? That's more like it. Grown-ups, hopefully you're ready too. That was rubbish, grown-ups. Let's try again. Grown-ups, are you ready too? That's better. Right, let's get on with it. First of all, we're going to start off with some early bird maths, just like you usually would. And early bird maths is simple in the way it works. We'll give you some questions. Now, we won't read them out to you. It will be learning you've already looked at before with your teachers. We'll give you some questions, give you a bit of time to have a go at them and see how we get on. So, year 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here are your questions. Next up is word of the day. And our word of the day is the following. There it is. The word is peculiar. Now, I'm not going to tell you what it means. It's for you to find out. A dictionary or the internet will be able to help you find that out. What I'm going to do is have a go at using it in a sentence. There's my sentence. It was a peculiar start to the day. Certainly was peculiar. Now, your job and your task with the word of the day is, can you use it in a sentence once you know what it means? But, warning, you are not allowed to talk about your siblings and call them peculiar. Okay? Let's see how you get on. Maths work now, and we're going to take a look at a quick problem that involves adding fractions, because that's what we're looking at today, adding fractions. Now, let's take a look at the following problem. It says here, 2 quarters add 1 quarter equals 3/8. Now, you might think, well, 2 add the 1 makes 3, 4 add the 4 makes 8, so that must be right. But that's a misconception that we have sometimes. And here, I'll show you by drawing out why that doesn't work. So, to help you understand the problem, I've actually drawn it out here. And here's why this answer of 3/8 isn't quite correct. We have 2 quarters, so I'm going to shade those in. There is 1 quarter, and there is our 2nd quarter. And we also have another quarter here to add on, so I'm going to shade that there. And those added together are supposed to equal 3/8 according to the calculation here. So I'm going to shade in 3/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Now, just by looking at that, we know it can't be right. It doesn't seem to make sense. So, here's a solution. We don't actually need to add the denominators together because the denominator represents how many parts make up the whole. So that stays the same. And there is our quarters. Now 2 quarters, shade those in. Add 1 more quarter, actually equals 3 quarters. So that's the thing we've got to focus on today, making sure that that denominator stays the same. Okay, and if it isn't, how can we make it the same? So here we have, there we go, some quick problems for you to have a go at now. Off you go. Now it's time to take a look at another problem. Things are going to be a little bit different here. Here we have 1/2 plus 1/4. Now we know we need to keep the denominator the same, but they're both different. So how are we going to solve it? Well, we need to ensure that both of these denominators are the same. So we need to think about equivalent fractions. So I'll just grab my pen. Let's think about how we can make these the same. Well, let's take a look at the half. Is there a way that we can turn that 2 into a 4 to make sure that the half is split into quarters? Yeah, if we multiplied that by 2, then that would be 4. 2 multiplied by 2 equals 4. Whatever we do to the bottom of the fraction, the denominator, we need to do to the numerator to make an equivalent fraction. So 1 multiplied by 2, we know, is 2. And 1/2 is equal to 2 quarters. So if we changed our 1/2 to 2 quarters, can we work out the addition problem now? I think we can. 2 plus 1 is 3, and we're still dealing with quarters, so our answer is 3 quarters. So, use multiplication to find an equivalent fraction. And then, once you've got an equivalent fraction that has the same denominator, can you add the fractions together? Your questions are about to appear on screen now. When taking a look at these questions, let's look at the first one. 1/6 plus 1/18. Think about how can you turn that 6, that denominator, into an 18. And then, whatever you've done to the bottom of the fraction, ensure you do it to the top of the fraction as well. Once you've got the same denominators for either side of the addition problem, then add them together. Goodness me, that was a tricky challenge. Well, that's the end of part 1 for today, and I hope you're enjoying the activities. But we've got plenty more in store for you. So keep checking back, because part 2 is on its way very soon.